What's going on, everybody? I am out again. Actually from last week's video is actually the next day in real time. The conditions are somewhat similar though. I got some cloud cover, all high altitude clouds coming from the east. So sunset's obviously in the west, and there's a gap actually down at the horizon. So I think we're gonna get a colorful sky again. I'm at the same mountain range as I was yesterday, or the last video. Got the Superstition Mountains kind of behind me there. But I'm in a different area. I'm kind of right in front of them, so I'm directly west of them. Yesterday I was more southwest of them, more on the southern side. So a little bit different area, and trying for a little bit of a different shot. I mean, I think I'm gonna get some color anyway, so I really want to get light on the Superstitions though. On the rocks, like yesterday, you guys kind of saw, or last video, you guys saw kind of the glow on the Superstitions. Got really red type of glow, and I want to really try and get that this episode. So that's what I'm here for, and let's get hiking.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side. Lay your head on my chest.
So I'm gonna stop here and take a break for a second. So I'm kind of in the area I want to be at. I know this mountain here is gonna get some really good light. Now I'm looking for something to kind of pull it in, maybe some kind of foreground, whether it's, you know, some cacti or even these trees right here that I showed you guys in the last video. These Palo Verde trees are really blossoming. They're this bright yellow kind of flowers all over these things, and it looks amazing. If I can find one of these, now the area that I'm in now, they're getting kind of scarce. There's not as many of them as there was kind of back over here. You can see all of them over here. It's real thick, but now if I can find maybe a solitary one, or if I can find some cactus or something that I can pull, kind of using the foreground to kind of pull it in. So that's what I'm looking for now. And still got a little bit before sundown, but yeah, I think it's gonna be some really good light today. And so I'm gonna keep on going and see if I can find something, some kind of foreground of interest.
It wasn't fair. It's over now.
I think for you guys who have been watching this channel for a while, you know what this tree means, and you know who would love this tree. So I know, Chris, you're watching. There's a tree for you when you come out. There's another tree actually that I'm kind of eyeing. It's way over here. I'm gonna walk over there because it's a really kind of cool dead tree that's kind of sticking up, kind of brighter than everything else. So see what it looks like and see if I can get that maybe in the frame. If not, maybe I'll come back to this one and see if I can frame it up somehow. The problem is you got all these bushes right here kind of surrounding it, so kind of hides it a little bit, and I just not sure if I can get it now, but I'm gonna try this other tree first, then come back over here if I don't get anything that I really like over there. So let's go check out that tree. Well, this tree is absolutely beautiful, but the problem is it's blocking a big part of the mountain, and I got this tree kind of behind me right here that really isn't, I can't get any farther away to shoot this tree because this big tree behind me is kind of blocking it, and any farther away I think it's just kind of messy. So as beautiful as that tree is, I think I'm gonna have to go back to that other one here. I'm just gonna kind of do a little quick circle and walk around, maybe walk behind here, see if there is something I can get out of this. If not, I'm heading back over to that other tree. I have found my composition. This cactus right here will be my foreground interest. And another problem I'm running into is because I'm facing directly east, you guys can see right here my shadow. If I'm out here kind of a little bit, my shadow gets in the way as the sun gets down and casts a longer shadow. So what I've done is I'm hiding right behind this tree here. So you guys can see the more I move to the left, my shadow gets into here. So I'm kind of hidden now. So it hides my shadow. I don't have to do any kind of weird post-processing, which, you know, this can kind of be a pain because the west is completely flat, so I get the horizon really low. I get that really true sunset. The only problem is it casts those really long shadows and kind of makes it a little bit of a pain to shoot directly away from the sun. But yeah, I'm gonna set up here now and do some shooting.
Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? don't mind.
So what I'm doing is I'm kind of walking around
No,
and using my LCD screen and kind of getting my composition kind of where I want it. And I can already tell still the way that I want, the composition that I want, my shadow is going to be an issue. As the sun gets lower, hopefully there's some bushes back here that'll kind of hide my shadow a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of play around and yeah, see what happens. All right guys, so I think right now my shadow is gonna be in the frame, but what I'm gonna have to do most likely is maybe clone stamp it out in post-processing. What I'm gonna do to help it out is if I just have, you can see the tripod shadow is kind of still in the frame. What I'll probably do is set like a 5-second timer and shoot, and then just kind of walk out of the frame, get out of the way. So at least my shadow isn't in the frame, and I just have just the tripod legs you can see right there. That should be pretty easy to get out. Just like I said, I'll probably just clone stamp it out or something like that. So I got a really nice composition. I think these blue skies kind of behind me, they're not blue, they're actually clouds. They're a little bit heavier clouds, so what I think is gonna happen is this is gonna light up nice and kind of that really warm, almost reddish. And then you're going to have these blue clouds behind that, so it's going to provide a really beautiful color contrast. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And then after that, we might get some colorful skies. So I might get a couple of shots out here. So now I have a little bit of time. I'm going to set up a time lapse for you guys right now, and then I'm also going to kind of walk around a little bit and see if I give myself a little bit more time than I did of the last video. So I'm going to try and walk around a little bit and see if I can't get maybe a second or a third composition, in case the light's shooting or the color is going off in a different direction. So I'm gonna do that now, so I will see you guys in just a second.
and then we'll see. We can go for walks.
Alright guys, so the sun just dipped down behind the horizon, so I'm gonna get this light up here. I'm gonna wait for just a few more minutes. I got one shot, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. And I found 2 more compositions over there. I actually shot one right now handheld. I left my tripod here. I didn't want to move it because I was set up right where I wanted to be. So I went over there and I found some cholla cactus that I could shoot towards the sun with a sun star. So what I did was handheld, I put it on continuous high and I bracketed 5 shots. Set up, tried to be as steady as possible and just fired off 5 bracket shots with the sun star. And then I also I'll show you guys in another video how to get rid of sun flares, so I did that. I think I got a pretty cool shot. I have one more shot over there. Once I'm done with this shot here, I'm gonna wait here for the light to kind of hit, and then once the color comes, which I'm getting some really nice high altitude clouds, we're gonna get some more color. I'm probably gonna move over there. I'll grab both tripods, try and get it on film, but I'm gonna be moving back and forth pretty fast. Just to make sure that I get the color, and it's going to be a little bit hectic, but I think it's going to work out really nice.
Take my hand, come on, let's go.
So it absolutely pays to have a big tripod, a nice tall tripod, because I wanted to get some separation between this cactus here in the foreground and the rocks up there on the superstitions. So what I did was I tried to get my tripod as high as possible to create that little bit of separation. That way the cactus isn't breaking any of the nice rock formations or breaking the skyline or anything like that. So getting it up really high, I did some landscape, I did some portrait orientations and stuff like that. Kind of get a little bit different look. And getting some really nice small, a little bit of pink color in the clouds here, so it's looking really nice. I think I'm really close to kind of moving over to that other composition here. So I'm gonna take a couple of more shots and then we're gonna move over that way. All right guys, so got the tripod here and we're walking. So I'm gonna leave my bag back down here, and now we're gonna walk through this little field. We got maybe like a 30-second walk over here down on this other side. So I'm gonna set you guys up and show you my second composition. So I'm gonna use this little cactus here as the foreground, kind of put it in the bottom left part of the frame, and get the superstitions in the background, probably a vertical composition, and so I can get that nice wide angle, like 14, 15, 16 millimeters. Get some of this color in the sky too, so I'm gonna set up right now. What I'm doing is I'm focus stacking, so I can focus one focus point on the foreground, one focus point on the mountains in the background there. I'm at 1/2.5 of a second, pretty much like half of a second. I'm at f8, ISO 64. 2-second timer, and these colors are beautiful, guys. So that's 3 potential shots that I've gotten here just by being able to get here a little bit early and scout out a little bit, finding one composition and then walking around finding a couple of others. So there's really not a lot of clouds the other way towards the sun, so all different directions here, west, north, and south. There's some good clouds, nice and pink color you guys can see still going here. So I'm gonna keep firing off these shots, and yeah, beautiful, beautiful clouds. Like in the other place over there, I tried a couple different compositions, a couple different orientations, both vertical and landscape. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the photos, and like always, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.